Welcome back to the Dessert Show. I know you're going to love this new dessert. It's Bravarian apple tort. And what's really neat about it, it's a cross between a great apple pie and cheesecake. And of course, the combinations of ingredients are terrific. Now, did you know, because we're going to be using cream cheese in this recipe, that it is a soft, unripened cheese, and it is made from cow's milk. It was first developed in the United States in 1872, and by law, it must contain at least 33% butter fat. Now, because we also are going to be using apples, here's some things that we've discovered in terms of what's best to eat with and what's best to bake with. First of all, what you see in front of you is the Red Delicious. This is a soft apple, and this is delicious for eating, and that's why it's called Red Delicious. Additionally, this is Yellow Delicious. It's also a soft apple and excellent for eating. Something that you might find interesting is today only 6 varieties of apples comprise over 75% of the commercial production of apples. And the Granny Smith and the Rome are excellent baking apples. Both of these are nice and tart and perfect for baking, and that's what we're using today. Now, we also are going to be using vanilla, pure vanilla that is, and I wanted to tell you that this is a vanilla bean, and inside this bean are these thousands and thousands of little seeds. And interesting enough, what you can do is simply take a knife and cut it open, and using a spoon, you want to scrape out all of the excess. Now, what you can do with this is you can make vanilla sugar, and by doing that, what you would do is you would take this, a small amount of the vanilla seeds, and you would place it in granulated sugar and put it in the very bottom. And then you'd stir it all up, and then you would seal it with a top. That will create like vanilla sugar, something you can use in cereal, something you can put in your coffee, and it's very good. Or you can do something that's somewhat unique, and that is to actually take this and put this in your pie crust. When you're making a pie crust, that will also taste great. And something I found that I really enjoy knowing is that this comes from an orchid. This originally came from Mexico. And there's only one orchid that actually creates the vanilla bean. It's relatively rare, which is one of the reasons why it is so expensive. But it really does make such a difference when you bake. Okay, let's get ready to make this wonderful dessert. Now, here's the ingredients you're going to need. 1/2 cup of butter, 1/3 cup plus 1/4 cup of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of flour for the Bavarian apple tort. 1 package of cream cheese, 1 egg, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 4 cups of apples, and 1/4 cup of almonds. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a springform pan, and I wanted to make sure that all of us are aware of exactly what a springform pan is. That's where we have this little latch, and it opens, and it will allow us to remove the sides without disturbing the wonderful dessert we're about to create. Now, first starting with the butter, which has been softened, we're going to soften it up. Then we're going to add our sugar and vanilla. And once again, I recommend that it be pure vanilla because it makes such a difference in the overall flavor, especially in this recipe. This is a terrific recipe. I can't tell you how much I personally love it, and I guarantee you, when you make this, you will not be disappointed. You will really enjoy it. After you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to add your flour and place that inside. And you're going to make sure that everything gets scraped into the center, and we're going to continue to blend. Now, what we're making is the base. This is the dough that will form the crust. Okay, now once you've got it to the point where everything is now nice and moist, you're going to take that and you're going to place that in your springform pan. Okay, and just simply take that, place that in your springform pan. And what you want to do here is you want to flatten it and bring it up to the sides, making certain that you get it evenly spread on the very bottom. In using butter, and of course you can use shortening or margarine, but I'll tell you, in this particular recipe, It is, you can notice the difference in terms of the butter. It really plays such a it has such a great taste, and it really makes an impact when you're using apples and the cream cheese. Okay, make sure you get this fully covered, bringing it up to this, bringing the sides up. Now, then we're going to actually get ready to make the filling. And the filling is very easy to make. We're going to have cream cheese, and your cream cheese should be at room temperature. It makes it easier to whip into cream. Now, in the event that you want to make this recipe right this minute, let me tell you what you can do to get your cream cheese to room temperature is to simply take the cream cheese, take it out of its box and out of the foil, and then place that in a clear, bag with a twist tie. Then dip that into warm water, hot water. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Take it out, and what you'll discover is that you'll have nice cream cheese that has been warmed up, and it makes it so easy to blend. Then whip it up, and then you're going to add your granulated sugar and continue to blend. An egg, and of course your vanilla. What you'll like about this particular recipe is that it is easy to make. It's not as fussy as actually making, a traditional apple pie that requires work on the crust. And I think crusts are relatively easy. But because this particular base allows you to just simply place it in the bottom of a springform pan and just spread it, it's very easy to do. Now, taking a spatula, you want to make sure that you get it all fully blended. And I don't know if you can see this, but as much as possible, you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth and creamy. So take the time to blend thoroughly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pour that on top of the pastry that we just made, the dough. And we're going to have all of that. There we go. And you're going to spread it to all of the to the sides of the pan. Then what we're going to do is we're going to arrange apples and place that on top of it. Let me show you. You can simply take this, and with the apples, you need to add your lemon juice. This keeps the apples from turning brown. So you want to add your lemon juice. You want to add a half a cup of sugar, and of course, your cinnamon. And we're going to mix this all up, and you can arrange them individually, or you can just place them on top. You want to get this all mixed up because this is what gives it such incredible flavor. Now, once that's been done, you just simply pour that on top, and then you're going to sprinkle it with some of the nuts. And the nuts are almonds in this case, but if you have another favorite nut, whatever you like is best. Then you're going to be baking it. You're going to be baking it in 450 degrees for approximately 10 minutes. Then you're going to lower your oven, and you're going to bring it to 400 degrees, and you're going to bake an additional 25 minutes. Then let me show you what it looks like, because this is incredible. This is so good. It's so rich. It's so buttery, and it is great. It's worth making, and it's really worth eating. Now, I'm making cranberries a la orange with apples, so come right back.